So hi there, everyone. I hope you can see the screen. Can you see the presentation?
Yep, we can see it.
Okay, cool. So hi, everyone. My name is Yuri Anderson, and I'm the CEO of Angoka. Angoka's mission is to secure the machine-to-machine communication of the future. So we are an IT security startup with a focus on smart cities and smart mobility. We've been around for about 2 years with a headquarter in Belfast in Northern Ireland, but with a commercial office in London and as of last month as well in The Hague. And I want to talk to you about quantum secure smart cities. So this is an overview of Angoka's activities. We have a focus on smart mobility, as I said. We're looking at both land mobility, so vehicle to everything communication. We're also looking at air mobility, so drone to everything communication, as well as the underlying infrastructure, telecoms infrastructure that you need in order to enable all of these mobility services. So the problem, as we've heard in previous presentations as well, is that more and more devices are becoming connected. By some estimates, there will be up to 1 trillion connected devices in the next few years. And they communicate over a very complex web of networks. They go from one technology to another one. They go from 5G to SATCOMs to Wi-Fi. They go from one operator to another one. And that means that the traditional security approaches, which are siloed and network focused, is not going to be enough in order to secure the end-to-end communication between devices. There is another emerging threat as well to communications, and that's a quantum threat. Quantum computers are now being built all over the world. China is putting in $10 billion into their quantum technologies program. And these quantum computers will, once they've reached a certain scale, will be able to crack all of the public-private cryptography that we have based our cybersecurity systems on. And that means that every time you put in HTTPS into your browser, that will no longer be secured. So the only really future-proof way of countering this quantum threat is by using quantum physics. And this is something called quantum key distribution, or QKD. And the security of this key exchange protocol is based on physics rather than mathematical computational difficulty. And that is really what makes it very secure. However, the downside to it is that it needs a fiber or free space optics connection. And that means that sometimes key rates are limited for mass consumption. And this is where Angoka comes in. We are employing a technology that we call a device authentication unit. This is a device that you can see on the screen there that generates unique, unforgeable identities that we can then use in order to create trust over an untrusted network. And it also rectifies some of the issues with QKD, increases the effective bandwidth, and it also means that we can provide a last mile distribution of quantum keys over wireless. So we're currently involved in a very large-scale project led by British Telecom, which is the leading telco in the UK. It's government funded by the UK government to the tune of $10 million. And we are a key part of that. What we're trying to do is to build a quantum secure 5G backbone. So that involves putting QKD transceivers on 5G base stations and then connecting them to that Angoka device authentication unit that would then use to distribute these keys across to the endpoints, whether that be over 5G or automotive networks in order to service connected and autonomous vehicles. Another few things that we're working on as use cases for this. We're working on drone communications, as I mentioned. We're also involved in a couple of UK government-funded projects here, where we are aiming to establish a beyond line of sight drone corridor just outside of Heathrow Airport, so in a non-segregated airspace. And we're using this tamper-resistant identification technology that we provide in order to enable these kind of corridors to be established. In terms of land mobility, we are working with Zensic, which is the UK's connected and autonomous vehicle testbed, and Plug and Play, who are involved in that program. And we have a funded project where we are taking that technology that we have developed in order to create that secure V2X communication. And the idea of this is that we will be demonstrating the first quantum secure V2X communication. And that was all for me. Thank you very much. We aim to be the global standard for IoT security with the aim to making sure every connected device is protected with Angoka. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Yuri. So question from the audience. Who are your target clients? Are companies thinking about the quantum revolution?
Yeah, good question. So telcos are, of course, interesting for us, but also looking at automotive industry, for example, OEMs are very interested, automotive OEMs are interested in coming up with new models whereby they're using a lot of the data that's generated in the vehicle. But of course, the minute you open up the vehicle to data traffic, you're also exposing yourself to risk, and we can come in and help protect that data traffic.
Beautiful. Thanks so much, Yuri.